Jones River Landing in Kingston is an historical landmark that seeks to advance our environmental heritage. Among their offerings is a weekly Wednesday night boat shop open house, an opportunity for the public to learn about boat building and historic boats. Find out more from their website, jonesriver.org. Community Preservation Act funds have provided money to restore the Boclajou, one of the original Duxbury catboats built during the 1920s. PACTV Community News stopped by to check on the project.
We started by drawing the lines out full size for this little pram, and then making molds to figure out the shapes, made transoms, bow and stern, and put it all together on this strong back that we also built, and then put the planks on it. This is really just one small part of what goes on here at the Jones River Landing. Being Wednesday night, there's a group of volunteers who have been coming for the last 5 years or so to restore the Duxbury Duck, which is behind you. It's really not just about the restoration of the boat building. It's about the camaraderie. It's about volunteering it for another organization. It's a chance to get out of the house, meet with other people in a social environment. It's a great environment here. This is an example of a Duxbury Duck, which is a class boat designed by John Alden and built by George Shivrick in the 1930s. This is actually his shop where we're standing, where we're doing the restoration of this boat. First of all, we meet on Wednesday nights for 2 hours. So 2 hours a week, a handful of guys devote their time to restoring this boat. And not all of them have boat building backgrounds or restoration backgrounds. Some have very little carpentry skill background. And so they're learning restoration and they're learning the carpentry skills that go along with it. And the third element of the equation is that for a lot of the guys, it's as much of a social environment, atmosphere, reason for coming as it is for the boat building restoration. So sometimes the goal is getting work done, sometimes the goal is just being here. So as I was saying, the transom is all new. The deck and deck structure is new. The deck beams, the carlings, all the individual pieces that make up the deck were replaced. All the frames, you can see, these are steam bent frames. It's all painted now, but they were white oak, or they are white oak frames, put into a steam box, and the general rule of thumb for steaming is about an hour for each inch of thickness. So these frames, being 3/4 of an inch or so, have to be steamed for about 3/4 of an hour. The centerboard, of course, was new. Centerboard trunk is new. We did try to use some of the original to keep the character of the boat the same. It's going to represent a lot of time and effort and energy by the volunteers who've worked on it. People who are currently here and people who started the project, who have moved on to other things. It'll mean a lot to them. For the Jones River Landing, it's going to be an emblem of the kind of work that we can do and a start for our restoration of other vessels and the building of reproduction boats. We'll use it on the water for sailing, for individuals, and for some sail training, teaching sailing lessons.